So today I'm going to talk about Boss Fight Studios CHAG, which is the third one I'm talking about in the Wave 2 of the Popeye series. So we have CHAG, and there's her vulture, Bernard, he's got kind of grippy claws, but there's nothing really, I couldn't really get Bernard to grip to her arm, but he will stand all on his own. So she's got a small knife, or I'm actually a large knife, and that's her flute. CHAG was created by Elsie Segar in 1929, so she's been around a long time. And I'm going to be maybe a little more critical of this one than I've been with some of the other figures. You could see here we also have, gosh, these shiny spots on here, and I think it's just the rubber they use. I'm going to have to see if that could be removed or if that's permanent. So this is the product promotional pics from Big Bad Toy Store. And the one thing I wanted to note is, so when I first saw this, I'm like, why is the CHAG holding a pipe or a cigar or whatever? And, oh, it's her flute. Yeah. And so then we go and so just three promotional pics. So she's not doing much. There's my other figures. Now, here's the thing. I've mentioned in the other two figures, are they worth $35? And I would compare it. So here's a figure by Bandai, and this one was about $70, $80. And you could see all of the movement articulation he has. I prefer the plastic. It's got shading. So you get a lot with this figure. The engineering is quite impressive. With CHAG, so what I tried to do, so there she is, she's playing her flute. And I wanted to see how close could I get to having her play the flute, because she's got the flute. She certainly wasn't playing it in the promotional pic. This is about as close as I could get, because she has very limited articulation, very simple. So I'll take her flute. 90-degree bends. She's got swivel at the elbow. Not a lot of shoulder. That's as high as she can go because of it's a little poofy there. It's got a fabric skirt, which was the same they did with Olive Oil. Very good decision. She's got some bony knees that literally look like bones. And so simple articulation there. The huge feet. I think she might outdo Olive Oil. I'll have to check. But for $35, it's not particularly impressive. And I got this because I love the license, and I love the fact that they're producing some of the less well-known figures. Lots of companies have produced Popeye, Olive, and Bluto, but they're producing like the CHAG, Poop Deck Pappy, and even Pookie Jones. So I love that. But, I'm not super impressed by these. I don't know. It's got a lot of, I don't think that could be removed. So, I think this is going to look pretty neat on the shelf. Just the whole Popeye cast of characters. And definitely if they start getting more, I will continue to buy them. They'd have to get into some more obscure characters. And I think that would be even neater to have the less known characters. But I think if they come out with a Wave 3, I might wait on it and get it through Amazon when the prices come down. I'm going to see what the prices do on Wave 2 and then make my decision, because $35, I mean, yes, the Bandai figures are twice as much or more, and whether it's Bandai or Figma or whatever, they do a lot more than these very simple figures. They do come with extras, so it is nice that you get Bernard. So we'll read in the slight voice of Popeye. Of all the awful people what I've met in me travels, the sea hag is the most terrible. She consorts with skeletons and ghosts. What are the only two things I am scared of except evil spirits? The first time I saw her was when I found her ship, the Black Barnacle, adrift in the ocean. Back then she had a brute called Jabbo helping her, but I licked him good. Since then she had help from Tor the caveman and Alice the goon, but both of them are me friends. The only companion she still got is her vulture Bernard. What I feel sorry for her on account of her, he can't never bring himself to leave her. So Bernard is kind of a freaky strong buzzard, and he's fought Popeye, but Popeye wins. So Popeye beats everyone. I don't remember. I don't think anyone has ever beaten Popeye. So yeah, I love these. I love the idea of these figures. Could another company come out with better Popeye figures? Yes, definitely. I don't know if you would ever see a very high-end Sea Hag or a very high-end Poop Deck Pappy. I don't know how much demand is out there for those kind of figures, but I don't think these. There's a lot of room for improvement. That's what I'll say. I think the look is very nice. It has a very clean look. They capture the character, particularly the character as it was designed by L.Z. Segar. L.Z. Segar, I'm going to have to reread those books because it's really kind of inspiring me. He pretty much created the cast of characters as they stand today. There's been some characters created by other writers, but none of them were enduring at all. None of them even spring to mind. So it's pretty rare for an original creator. And unfortunately, L.Z. Segar died fairly young. I think he was in his 40s or 50s. So he could have been continuing to do Popeye for decades more. So it's really a shame because he was an absolutely brilliant writer. And if anybody is a Popeye fan and you haven't read the original L.Z. Segar, I believe Fantagraphics is now releasing another edition of them. I actually literally thought about buying them, even though I already have them. The only issue I have with the ones I have is they're so oversized, but they are comic strips, so if you want anything close to the original size. Anyway, so that's Sea Hag, and then tomorrow, I'll get on Popeye in his navy whites.